lovelies. Welcome again to the second episode of Makeup and Mediumship with me, Sarah Martucci, psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator, believer in Sasquatch, and the Duchess of Donuts. We'll get to that at a later point. I'll explain that later if you're new here. All right, with that being said, let's do some motherfucking eyeshadow. Today is my birthday. I'm fucking pumped. I'm turning 38. I'm proud to be this old because it's a fucking honor. It is an honor to be here. It is an honor to be alive. I've already lost so many friends. I think a lot of us can say that already in our life. Like, we've lost so many of our people. And so knowing that we're here, like, I don't want to be afraid of age. I don't want to be afraid of getting older. I want at any point, here we go, morbid on my birthday, but death comes for all of us. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. So I think to age gracefully, to love myself no matter how old I get. I'm happy it's my birthday. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling loved, feeling seen, how everybody should feel on the birthday. Shit. It was the day that I fucking popped into the world. This better be a fucking celebration. At least if I have anything to say with that, I promise you that. All right. Let's do something cute. So I was thinking today that I wanted to use this really cute palette. Pretty sure it's from ColourPop. It's called All That. Fucking adorable. And look at these reds. Oh yeah, I like that gray down there too. Fun fact, gray is my power color. Anyways, it's just the color I feel most powerful in. I love gray, I love red. Purple's obviously my favorite color, but yeah. So pretty. So I think I'm probably going to do that color right here, which is Please Me, on my eyelids. And then in my crease, I'm thinking that guy? Who are you? Silhouette. And who knows? Who knows what else we're going to do? Let's have some fun. All right, as always, we start off with the Physicians Formula Shimmer Eye Primer. There's that guy. There's that guy. Get that stuff. It's thetits.com. Shit, I'm almost out. I gotta get some more. This is threat level midnight. I also want to talk about some mediumship stuff here today. A lot of it's going to be like my experience and things that I've gone through, or maybe things my friends have gone through. People, like, what we experience with what we're doing, like maybe what this means. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions around things you want to hear about and you want to know about, maybe something that you're going through and you just need feedback on it, what the fuck ever, man, throw me a line. Let me know how this video is, if you guys dig it, and anything else you guys want to talk about. I'm fucking here for it. I want to talk about my first experience as a kid, what that first experience was for me. I think you guys might find that fascinating. It was fucking terrifying, but we'll get through it. And now, as like being an adult and looking back, I can be like, oh shit, now I totally understand. I've been doing this work for a hot minute, and this is what the fuck it meant. I was 5 years old, and I was doing nothing but sleeping in my bed, what I always love to do, sleeping in my bed. And I had this feeling, it was like super, super late at night. And I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience before where you're like asleep, but then all of a sudden you wake up but your eyes aren't open, and there's a feeling that like someone or something is in your room and you're afraid to open your eyes. And you got to do this whole thing where you like talk yourself through it, tell yourself it's going to be okay. Just open up your fucking eyes. There's nothing there. You're being crazy. Yeah, I was 5 and I had that experience, and I was just sitting there in bed, like, just open up your eyes. Whatever you're feeling, it's going to be okay. Maybe it's just mom. Maybe it's just dad. Who knows? So I decided, oh, and with this primer, I like to pat it in once I put it down. Just get enough product in there. Just spread it around, pat it in. Pat it, pat it, pat it, pat it, pat it. Try not to go too hard or crazy on your eyes. Because remember what I was saying about aging gracefully? Or if I didn't say it, I'm saying it now. The more you pull at your eyes, the more you age or things sag or get crazy. So gentle. Be gentle. I decided to open up my eyes. And what I saw in front of me was mind-blowing to me as a 5-year-old. There was a man at the foot of my bed, and he was trying to talk to me, but every time he tried to talk, water came pouring out of his mouth. And so what I'm saying to you is that I was seeing an earthbound spirit, and he looked just as real as me or you. Like if I'm out in public and talking to people, having an interaction with a physical person. I know it's been a hot minute since COVID, but if you guys remember that, yeah, it's not, honestly, it's not pleasant with people that are here, or even those in the afterlife, whenever they are physical like that. I don't like it. It literally scared the shit out of me. All I could do was just sit there and look at this guy. And he was genuinely, he was just trying to talk. He was trying to say something to me, and it was panicked. But all this water kept pouring out of his mouth, and he just looked desperate and sad. And I'm 5, like, what the fuck? And I'm noticing what he looks like. This guy had this beanie hat on that was kind of like off to the side. It looked all tattered and fucked up. And he was wearing like, almost kind of looked like a linen pirate shirt. I don't even know how else to explain that. And it was like disheveled and fucked up on him. He had these pantaloons. Is that the word? I'm not sure. So I was like, what the fuck? This guy's all, he had no shoes on. There was no shoes. None. I was like, sir, where are your fucking shoes? I'm 5, and I know that. You gotta wear your shoes if you're going to somebody else's house and you're gonna disturb them at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Rude. At least wear your fucking shoes, sir. Get out of here, ghost. Anyways. So, yeah, this guy's trying to talk to me, and all I can do is flip the fuck out. I don't know what else to do with myself. Next step. Where the fuck are my brushes? We're going to use that floofy one again. We did in the first video. That has like no number on it, but it's fluffy. This is a really good one for blending and getting stuff in your crease. So I want to start with, let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'm a liar. I don't want to do the silhouette and the eye. I want to do wink, wink. Oh, that was terrible. As you can tell, I'm very charming and seductive. Anyways. Oh boy, I think that would be the last thing people would say that it was. And here we go. Guess what I'm gonna say every week to you guys? Blend like a motherfucker. We just want to blend. We don't need stripes of color, and it's okay if you want to do that. But if you're following me and we're doing our makeup the way that you like to see me do my makeup, we gonna blend. So yeah, this guy's freaking out. I was freaking out. I started screaming from the depths of my soul when I finally found my voice again, when I got over the initial shock of what the fuck was going on. You know, also too, this guy was reaching out for me. So I was like, fuck. Obviously I didn't know the word at the time, because believe me, I would have been screaming it, I assure you. So my parents come bum rushing into the room. I'm freaking out, trying to tell them what's going on. And my parents are like, you gotta calm down, chick. You had a terrible nightmare. That shit fucked you up. And to be fair with my parents, like, how would they have known? How would they have known? Of course they probably thought I had a nightmare. Like, who the fuck? That's really detailed, though. That's really detailed. And you're like, Sarah, how do you remember that from being 5 years old? It has been seared into my brain like trauma. Because it was a trauma. 5 years old, just trying to sleep and have good dreams about eating donuts, probably. That's been since day one. But, you know, and this fucking person shows up. Now I can recognize they were asking for help, but at the time I didn't fucking know. All I know is that the weird man's in my room. He doesn't look like any person I've seen today-wise, like in this century, if you will. And like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm sitting there telling my parents, bawling my eyes out. They're like, hey, calm down, bud. You're scaring everybody. We need you to take it down a notch. You just had a bad dream. Chill out. It actually just, I was terrified to sleep in my room after that. I was terrified to sleep in my room. And so I didn't have a choice. I had to sleep in my room. It's funny though, like after that, my brother started sleeping on my floor after that, which I love. And he actually did that for a while for me, almost into our, you know, teenage time. I love my brother, Johnny. And he just made sure that I was okay. I think he knew how terrified I was and that something was going on. And though, even though my mom and my dad were like didn't know how the fuck to help me or to. I wish they had just listened to me. If anything, I could talk to any parents out there, and your kids are like, I'm fucking seeing shit, and I don't know what to do. Just let them talk. Let them express themselves. Let them say what's going on with them, because this is so important. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. And so making them feel crazy or telling them it's dream or whatever, I understand a lot of times it's just the parent trying to soothe the kid. I get it. But if the stories aren't stopping and this kid is trying to express something that's in their soul, listen to them. So I decided to do my best, go back into my room and sleep. And I kept having these experiences. Like after that, it was like on like Donkey Kong. It just started coming in. It was like in waves, and it was weird. It's like, 1 minute my house feels totally great and fine. It's like whatever, and then the next minute it feels like something is not good in there, or you can just feel a presence and you didn't really know what the feeling of it was, or there was these energies coming to talk. They were just looking for help. So, funny enough, years later, when I was in high school, we were reading up on some of the local areas, and I'm from Southern Maryland, Calvert County, some of the areas that had these sunken ships in them and like battles in these ships. And it turns out the creek that we lived on, we call it a creek, which sounds really small. It's not a creek, it's a motherfucking river. So on this creek we lived on, there was a battle. I read that. I had to go to the bathroom and throw up. It was weird. It was such a weird feeling because as a teenager, I was like, holy fuck. I was fucking right. I was fucking right. And I told them all my feelings on it. I said what the guy looked like. I described what he looked like. I told him, what the fuck I picked up on, which was minimal because I started flipping the fuck out. But like, oh my God, to come back and be a teenager and see that, holy shit, it changed my fucking life at that moment. It changed my life. It was a weird kind of like come around moment for me where again, like my parents weren't really listening to me. And at that point it had gotten worse on that end. Like they just really didn't want to hear what I had to say about it. It was just freaking them out. And again, we're at a Catholic school. This is not like this is acceptable or okay or anybody thinks that this is normal, because honestly, it's not. And it certainly wasn't then. We're looking at the 80s and 90s. So for me, that was like this beautiful come around moment where it's like, okay, I was fucking right. That was probably one of the first big lessons to trust myself. Finally, by the time I got to high school, I was like, okay, just trust yourself. So that was my first experience, and that was fucking terrifying. I also had some really other fucked up experiences in my house. Again, like my house would do this weird thing where it was like totally fine 1 second, and then in a split second, it was not okay. And then you could feel something. And every single one of us children, there's 5 of us, had an experience in that house. Every single one of us, including my mother. I don't know about my dad. He never spoke about it. He always called us crazy later on. But like, oh my God, just the weirdest things. One night I came out. I had a feeling I had to pee so fucking bad. I had to pee so bad. And I just had a fucked up feeling. And I was like, man, I don't want to go out in that hallway. I don't want to go in the hallway. Why is it always a hallway? Why is it always a hallway? Anyways, I was like, I don't want to go in the hallway. I don't want to go to the bathroom, but I had to go. So I ended up going, and when I walked out, we had a rocking chair out there. It was an old school rocking chair. I think it was passed down through the family. That bitch was going. That bitch was going. And there was not a soul in it. And I don't know, again, if you guys have ever had this experience where you see something really fucked up, your brain is working. But also there's like a self-preservation thing that comes in where it's like, I can't handle this. So I walked right into the bathroom, I peed, I walked right back out, didn't even look at it, and I just laid my head on my pillow. And I was like, dear Lord, make me a bird so I can fly far, far away from here. Just fucked up. I think one of the most fucked up times I had, though, I was in another one of the bedrooms. I was sharing it with one of my sisters at the time, and I was on the bottom bunk, and again just had this fucked up feeling something was going on, and it was pitch black in my room, and all of a sudden, like, I'm crying, I'm calling for my mom, and then it looks like my mom was in the doorway. So I was like, Mom, come here. And like, shape of my mother, but it was dark silhouette. Couldn't hear her. She wasn't saying anything. I was like, Mom, I'm scared. I don't feel good. I'm terrified. So this thing was not my mother, and it like glided over to me. There was no walking. Now, even in the pitch black, I can see the silhouette of this thing, and I see it moving quickly, and I'm thinking, oh, mom just must be in a hurry to hug me because I'm losing my shit. That is not what happened. I kind of got closer to it, and I was like, Mom? And it didn't respond, and I went to go hug it. And when I went to go hug it, I went straight through it, and I hit the carpet, and I remember thinking, fuck. Because at that point, I knew that word. That point, I did. Fuck. I immediately pushed myself up, and I was like, what? I just screamed from the top of my lungs. And this thing stood up, if you will, or like it kind of stood up and like flew out of the room. So now we're going to do on our lids, we're going to be doing the Please Me. It's this color right here. Please me. We're going to do a little smoky. So yeah, guys, I have so many stories around that. Like, it's insane. I have so many stories around some fucked up stuff that happened around my house. And with it being like Calvert County, Southern Maryland, these were a lot of the first tobacco farms, slavery, just ugly fucking shit. One of the first colonies in St. Mary's City. Like, just wild ass history that is not good for like 99.9% of it. And here's this kid who talked to dead people and had no idea was getting bombarded with weird shit in her house. Now, what do I think that thing was that came in? The dark figure? My best guess is a shadow person, to be honest with you, but they didn't try to hurt or harm me. And I didn't feel, I felt really uncomfortable when it was in there, but I didn't feel like it was gonna hurt me per se. It was like weird. It was almost like it was checking me out, which is probably creepier if I'm gonna be honest. But I survived it. Literally 1,000 stories. Literally 1,000 stories. Just of like, what in the fresh fuck? And sleeping has always been hard for me, even though it's my literal favorite thing in the world to do, is sleep. It just wasn't in the cards, and especially with the dead. So I would say too, for anybody that's having that experience, you're having a hard time sleeping, and it feels like you're always getting woken up, or you're seeing weird shit is just going on in your house where it's like, you have to set boundaries. Notice an interesting thing with that too. Whenever I start setting boundaries with spirit, also help me set boundaries with living people. Oh, and also spirit hates it when I call them the dead, or I reference that they're not living, because they're very much living. It's just in a different sense than we understand it, because they're very much alive. So I haven't found a good word for it yet. So yeah, I always get yelled at by my spirit team. They're like, we're not dead. I'm like, I know you're not dead, but nobody else doesn't. No one else is going to understand the reference unless I say that. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, anybody else having that issue, make sure that you're setting boundaries. Tell them no. That's fucking rude. Would you just walk into somebody's house at like 2 a.m. and be like, hey, I know you got that product that I really want. I want it now. So can you do that for me? Because I want it now. Like, people, you would get shot. You would get punched or shot or yelled at, or, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So I just talked to them. I'm like, listen here, assholes. If you think I'm kidding, I am not. Like, hey, this is rude. I did not invite you into my space, and you do not have permission to be here. If you need my help, get a hold of your living person to get a hold of me. That's how I can help you. Thanks. And then I'll like clap my hands once. I've done a couple middle fingers, especially if they're super rude. Whatever you got to do, make a noise, or just say, so mote it fucking be. And then that should send the boundary. Now, if they don't listen after that, we might have a problem. Give me a call. We'll figure it out. All right, I'm going to go back in here with that floofy brush again. And we're just going to go over this, and we're going to just blend it. Blend it. Like we do with spirit. Blend with spirit. I also found that when I started setting those boundaries, not only did it make it better with the physical people and, you know, that are around me and what they expect of me, what I fucking expect for myself and them, and where my boundaries are. It like helped with that big time. Kind of helped, honestly, with everything. It gave me more safety and security. It allowed me to feel like I had my power back and I could set the tone in terms of what I will and will not accept in my space and for me. So, yeah, this is my mediumship. And yes, my call is to be here and help spirit. Absolutely. But I'll see you on Monday at 11 a.m. Thanks. I'm off the clock. It is 3 a.m. and I'm trying to sleep. Who the fuck are you? Get out of my house. Get out of my house. Get out of my house. Ooh, there's that. All right. That looks pretty good. You know what? I'm going to take some of this, the gray one, the feels right here. I'm going to do that just in the corners. Smoke it out a little bit. Just a little. This, you only need a little bit because it's gonna be stanky, but like in a really good way. All right. Make sure you do it in circles. Make sure you do it in circles. See, it just kind of defines the edge, smokes it out a little bit. Good stuff. So yeah, if you're finding that you're having some issues right now with spirit or you're feeling like overrun, don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised too if it's not just spirit who's harassing you when this happens. Pay attention what's going on in your physical space too, because a lot of times it's a mirror for what's happening with you. And yeah. All right, let's bring this into the crease too. Just add a little depth. Do our fucking thing. Living our best life. Do you think I wasn't going to do this video and not say that? Live our best life. I feel like that side's a little bit darker than that side. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm right. Who fuck knows? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. It's my birthday. Fuck it. I'm just running behind for the messages of hope. Honestly, I think you guys just knew who I am at this point, so does it really surprise you that I can't stop talking? That I'm running behind? Time is a construct. That's my hard take. All right, not bad. Eyeliner time. So, for my eyeliner, I'm using this Morphe pen thing. Eyeliner. Yikes, Sarah, get it together. Its name is Editorial. It's this beautiful shimmery copper. I really like this color. I use a lot. And it just gives like a nice shimmer on the eyes. And again, I like doing a lighter color, like on the outside of the lid and on the underside, so that whenever I do that on the waterline, it just makes everything pop, makes your eyes look bigger. It really is good at like framing your face, essentially. Remember, just go back in there with your finger. I like to smudge it a little bit just to get a little, give it a blend into my eyes. Blend, 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 blend. All right, do it on the bottom lash too, but remember, you don't have to. Do what feels good to you. How about that? How about that? You know, it's funny too, like sometimes, so people are like, you know, oh, that's weird that they would come in and ask for help, or they're busting at your house at 3 a.m. and it's like, hey, guess what? There's still people. Just because you die doesn't mean a part of you still doesn't live on in some way, shape, or form as you were. So if you were rude and come into people's houses at 3 a.m. when you were living, you're probably going to do that if you're an earthbound spirit too. At least that's my best fucking guess. People are like, oh, that's so weird. Is it really though? Because I mean, it's still people. It's still people. So when people do dumb shit, including moi, I'm not exempt. Everybody does dumb shit. They just fucking do. So guess what? It's waterline time. Remember, this is the hot maker. This is the hot girl, hot guy, non-binary hot person maker. So the one that I use is this guy. And you can't really read it because I use it so much and I love it. But it is the Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Gel Pencil in color defining black. Highly recommend. And I've used like 1,000 products to try to get my waterline stuff to stay. It's kind of hard because all of it will run after a while. It just will. And so you've got water coming out of your eyeball. So just know, throughout the night or throughout the evening, throughout the day, you might have to clean it up a little bit around the sides, especially if you have extra watery eyes like me and it's spring and my face is melting because of fucking springtime. So just know you might have to apply this a couple times, but it's worth it. I still don't have the answer, you guys. I told you in that first video, it's science and facts. It is science and fucking facts. Just makes you hotter. I'm not gonna fight science. I'm not. Oh, fucking ball sack. All right, we're gonna fix that. Hold on. I drew in my eye too. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Oh, baby Jesus. All right. All right, this is how I fix those snafus. Take your brush again. Take the little floofy baby one, the flat one. Go back in. And for me, this was Please Me on my lids. Boop, 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 boop. And we're going to take our finger, go rub that in. All right. Just even it up, make sure. Now I want to put a little lighter something in like the inner corner, so it just kind of makes your eye pop. All right. I do this with my finger, my pinky finger, so it's up to you. But I'll get like a nice frosty color and just stick it in there. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do Risque. Put that in there. Just pat it into that little area. Mascara time. All right, here's my favorite mascara. It's the Lash Sensational by Maybelline. This stuff is the tits. And I get it in blackest black. Literally, the color is blackest black. Just make sure you cover your eyelashes. It's really important, I think, to have good mascara. Stuff that doesn't flake and go all over your face. It stays on all day, and it's the good stuff. So, I like to fan out the ends too. Your eyelash game is important because it brings it all together. The waterline and the mascara. Or at least that's my 2 fucking cents on it. So yeah, back to the mediumship part. If you guys are finding that you're having difficulty setting boundaries with the dead showing up, or just receiving information at all hours. Look, some people like that. I don't. I'm not a fan of that. Like, can you just talk to me at working hours? I love the work I do. I love being a medium. I love talking about it, obviously. I love doing the work, but yeah, coming at me at 3 a.m., you came to the wrong fucking house. So I just need you to exit the building and let a sister live and come back when the hours are posted. Some of them aren't going to like that. Just like living people, they didn't maybe really respect boundaries then. And so deeper measures have to be taken. Sometimes it's saging. Sometimes it's just cleansing and like literally just cleaning your space. People think that's so dumb, but like you guys don't understand the power of cleaning a space. Go through your home and clean it and get like the dusty corners and the places you never think about and the cobwebs out and everything. Cleaning that space is going to be everything because it gives you back your power. Which sounds so strange, but when you own your space and you cleanse it and clear it and you're taking care of it, you're also privy to anything coming in and trying to settle in or be there, or if anything is funky or off. Take responsibility for your home and for your energy and for your boundaries, because you know why? Nary a fucking soul is going to do it for you. There's that. Nary a soul. Set some boundaries. It's good. Love yourself more than your need to please people. Because that comes from your insecurities. It really fucking does. And it's also a trauma response. Because for a lot of us, we had to. We had to make sure, wherever we were, that our people were taken care of, or all fucking hell broke loose. So, not saying no, not having boundaries was the way that we survived that. We don't have to do that anymore. Especially if you're an adult. You don't have to do that anymore. You get to set the tone. You are the leading role in your story. So mote it be. So, are there assholes out there that take advantage? 100%. We need to recognize it and tell those people to fuck the fuck off. Middle fingers flailing in the air. But also, by doing so, it helps us take back our power and recognize that it was always ours to begin with. Saying no can actually be one of the most loving things that you can do. Whether that's spirit, that's family, that's a friend, it's your fucking asshole cat, whatever the fuck you need to say no to. And if your biggest fear is that you won't be loved if you set those boundaries, then you're not around people that you should be. Because the people that love you and respect you will always respect your boundaries. People living, people in spirit. There's that. All right. Now it's really my favorite time. Highlighter. So the highlighter I'm using is I Heart Revolution Peach and Glow. This is what it looks like. It's really cute. Now this is not my favorite blush and highlighter duo. It's not my faves. It kind of needs a little bit of a clean. So here's the blush on this side and here's the highlighter. But since I used the peach blush on the front of my cheeks, I'm going to just highlight away. Oh shit, I gotta show you guys the brush. Okay, this was the R12 by Morphe again. And it looks like that. Go along cheekbones, go like here. Just all the spaces where the light's gonna hit. So people are like, oh my God, is she lit from within? Goddamn right I am. Get my nose. A little bit on my brow bone up here. Ball on my nose. Get my lip. And get my chin. All right, last step. Bachachos. Do you guys like it when I verbally assault you like that? This is by Morphe as well. It's one of their lip glosses. This one's called Famous. Look at that. Let's put some of that on. All right. Hopefully Guy Fieri doesn't have to take the wheel again today. Let's give that poor guy a break. I call on him a lot. I like to go straight across, even though my lips have the two little points there. It's because it adds a little bit of, oh, careful with these fingers. Adds a little bit of glossy goodness. What do you guys think? Would you guys wear this? Would you guys do the eyeshadow and the smokiness? Are you guys going to tell your dead people and your living... Sorry, your spirit people. Sorry, guys. Your spirit people. Are you going to tell your spirit people and the people around you, no was the best loving thing I could do for myself today? Because I fucking hope so. Also, happy birthday to me. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for letting me do this with you again. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give me some ideas around what you guys want to hear and what you want to see from me. I want to make sure I'm bringing you guys the best content possible. So thank you, guys. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for sitting with me today. And I'll see you in a couple minutes for the messages of hope. Bye, guys.